Chapter 56. Aren't my arms warm? What nonsense are you sprouting? It's not like I have been kicking people's heads around when I walk at night every day. Sanchi squinted and was puzzled. Although, how unlucky. How did this head end up here? Suddenly, a white figure darted past, bringing with it a cold wind. Had he? The woman's laughter reverberated in the wind. A strange green whirlwind stirred near Sanchi and Big Smart, causing their clothes to flutter. Who's here? Big Smart took out the blood axe from the linen bag. A transparent conate or erupted from him, and he looked vigilant. These things don't seem to be human. Sanchi frowned. These strange things even dared to come to the Demon Slayer's division's territory. They were too arrogant. I like heads. Can you guys give me your heads? A faint voice sounded out of nowhere. Swoosh. A flash of white appeared behind them. Big Smart turned around and saw a figure that had her back facing them. She was dressed in white and had a graceful figure. She seemed like she was rather beautiful. However, in the next second, the figure turned around and approached him. He was instantly frightened and said with a trembling voice, young master, she doesn't have a head. Her shadow is already a killer." Sanchi had already activated his divine sense. He could now investigate the situation even with his back turned. As he muttered, Dan turned around. A headless ghost was facing them. She had a slim waist and perky buttocks. Her full chest could make one's imagination run wild. Her long legs were fitted with red embroidered shoes. The only flaw was that her neck was empty and was still bleeding, giving off an eerie sense of flawed elegance. Seeing that Big Smart was trembling, he kicked Big Smart's butt. "What are you afraid of? You're really ignorant. What's so strange about not having a head? I've seen bodies before." At this point, his pupils shrank. Could it be? "Have you seen my head?" Swoosh. Few white shadow instantly closed and then stuck in front of Sanchi. Blood and bones could be clearly seen on the severed neck. An extremely cold aura spread into the air, making Big Smart shiver. Young master, it's so cold." Big Smart injected Connate genuine chi into the axe, causing the blood-colored runes on it to light up. He was about to slash at the headless female ghost at any moment. "You have to exercise more. Look, I'm not cold." Sanchi's expression was calm. Flames danced on his chest and hands, blocking the cold air that tried to force its way into his body. Then, he raised his hand and poked the headless female ghost. It felt like ice. Big Smart broke out in cold sweat. "Young master, aren't you afraid? Why are you poking her? What's there to be afraid of? If it's an evil spirit, do you think she will not attack me just because I didn't poke her?" As he spoke, Sanchi continued to grab the other party's hand and evaluate her long, greenish-black nails. "It's time to cut your nails. There are many dirty things hidden under it. It's unhygienic. Young master, there seems to be flesh under her nails. Perhaps it's all human." Big Smart wiped his sweat. He felt that the young master was clearly provoking her. This headless female ghost could attack at any moment. That's not cute at all. How can such a beautiful little hand kill someone? Sanchi shook his head. "Do you know where my head is?" The eerie female voice reverberated in the air. It was unclear where it came from. Sanchi did not answer the question. "That doesn't make sense. Without a head, how can you speak like that?" "I can borrow someone else's head, her." On the ground, the head that Sanchi had accidentally kicked suddenly opened its eyes and gave a strange answer. "Oh my god, it's a zombie." Big Smart was so frightened that he almost swung his axe. However, if the enemy did not move, he would not dare to act recklessly. It would be terrible if he could not win. Logically speaking, this head's throat should have been destroyed. "How did you make a sound?" Sanchi continued to ask. The headless female corpse couldn't take it anymore and cursed. "Ask your mother. Why are you asking so many questions?" Die. She seemed to have experienced a mental breakdown and screamed. Twobalin's decapitated head and headless corpse suddenly moved at the same time. The former grinned and flew up, opening its bloody mouth to bite Big Smart. The latter raised her hand and stabbed Sanchi. Big Smart was already prepared. When he saw the head attack, he swung his axe down. However, Sanchi did not shield himself, but instead bared his chest to the ghost. Puff! The sharp nails were like knives stabbing into Sanchi's heart, instantly shattering it. Sanchi was pushed out by the headless female ghost. With a bang, he slammed into the wall behind him and fell into the house. Sanchi, who was on the verge of death, laughed and hugged the ghost. "Miss, you're so cold. I'll warm you up." He wrapped his arms around her voluptuous body. "Young master," Big Smart pushed Twilbalin's head back and wanted to help, but the head bit the axe. "Let go." Heswin his axe with all his might, but he could not shake it off. At this moment, the head suddenly screamed and let go of the axe inexplicably, as if it was injured. "HMPH, how can you casually bite my terrifying Dharma artifacts?" Big Smart thought that the power of the Dharma artifacts had injured this fellow and sneered proudly. However, in the next second, the head attacked again, making him flustered. In the broken wall, Kai, Kai, Kai. Blood flowed out of Sanchi's heart. The blood actually emitted a domineering masculine power, making the female ghost's hand become seemingly corroded. A miserable scream came from outside. Sanchi was deep in thought. "I didn't expect that when I'm strong enough, even my blood can ward off evil spirits. Isn't that the same as black dog's blood? Pfft. How can I compare myself to a dog?" Sanchi died with that strange thought. "You have been killed by Yin spirit. True energy +6. You have absorbed power from death and obtained 3 freedom attribute points. You will be resurrected in 3 seconds. No resurrection location set. Resurrection on the spot by default." In an instant, Sanchi recovered. The bloody hole in his chest disappeared and only his clothes were torn. The headless female ghost was about to leave Sanchi when she realized that this person had opened his eyes again and was even grinning at her. "Beautiful. Why are you running? Isn't my embrace warm?" As soon as he finished speaking, the flames on his hands and chest lit up brightly, as if fireballs were burning and a power of extreme yawn erupted. The headless female ghost's body melted like rust on sulfuric acid. Another scream came from outside. The injured headless ghost retaliated angrily, its sharp nails stabbing into Sanchi's heart again. Sanchi died a second time. So this guy screamed because of young master. No matter how stupid Big Smart was, he could tell that the head was screaming because its body had been attacked by the young master. Young master is so fierce, making this ghost cry out like this. Big Smart thought of how he had been sent flying with a slat and knew that his young master was stronger than him. Hence he was not in a hurry to help. Since the two were one, as long as he destroyed this head, it would still work if the body was not harmed. However, he was puzzled. It's been so long. Where are the people from the Demon Slayers division? Are they all dead? He turned around and immediately a terrified expression formed on his face. A huge black dome actually blocked the sky, enveloping the entire manor. Cold black energy surged, causing the surroundings to be enveloped in a layer of black fog. In the fog, there were ghostly shadows flying around and there were faint screams in the air. It's not that they didn't come, but they were also attacked. Who actually dared to destroy the Demon Slayers division's nest? After Big Smart broke through to the Khanate realm, this was the first time he felt that he was still small and weak.